Care package inbound.
Hello everybody, it's AJ Pickett here of the Mighty Glue Stick coming at you with another monster video. This one's just a little in-betweener. It was a monster that I used kind of as a throw-in thing the other day in a live game I did in the City of Glass campaign. And it's a Flameskull. Now Flameskulls are a little undead creature. They're basically just a skull with a couple of rubies or something in the eye sockets. And they are the former magic users, or cultists as you will, or perhaps even victims, who have been transformed through a magical ritual, an unholy rite, into spellcasting undead creatures. And they retain their intelligence, but of course they're just a skull, so they're totally insane. And you'll usually be heralded by these things bursting into flame as they come into sight, and cackling crazily. So this is your opportunity to do the little and they start to fire off spells and flames and generally harass and be real pains in the butt. So what can a Flameskull do? Now their defenses aren't huge, like most things in 5th edition. Flameskull, oh here's a picture by the way. Green flame! They have a low armor class. It's a 13 armor class. That's just because they're a skull and they're reasonably hard to hit because they're very small. They have about 40 hit points, although you can bump it up because you can roll the 9d4, which is going to tend to go on the high side and give you an extra 18 added onto that. They fly naturally at a rate of 40 feet. 40 feet is faster than most player characters of the same level that this thing is. It might be outpaced by monks or barbarians or rangers, or people who are wearing magical items that increase their speed. It's a challenge rating 4, but you'll quickly see that a group of these things against you are going to be devastating because they are hit and fade attackers. So this thing is all about staying away from you and hitting you with as many ranged attacks as possible. It is the perfect companion of a spellcaster or possibly a bunch of disposable minions in front of the big boss at the back. So he could send down some goons to make your movement very difficult, while the Flameskull is harassing you with magic missiles. Now what I generally do is I'll have this thing come flying in as a surprise or delaying tactics. Somebody's thrown this thing to get you off their trail, and it immediately launches into a level 3 spell, a fireball. Bam! Fireball hits and it's quite devastating. Then the Flameskull will, if it's at high risk of magic users or obviously people with bows and things, it will cast Blur on itself to make it very difficult to hit. And then it will use Shield to stop any missile attacks that are coming its way very effectively, or of course stopping magic missile in its tracks. It of course can use Mage Hand and Magic Missile as well, and that along with the Flame Sphere is its full complement of listed spells. Now of course you can deviate from these listed spells to your heart's content. It is a spellcaster, not all spellcasters are the same, obviously. This is just an example of a good array of spells that a Flameskull could have. You are not restricted to this in any way. You can also have the thing, oh I don't know, put it inside an iron case, have it inside an actual iron helmet. This thing is undead. It's not hampered by having metals bonded to its undead skull. It's not really an issue. It is living magical energy, really, or undead magical energy. So that helmet could be spiked, so it could actually pummel into you and smash bows and arrows out of your hands. It would most certainly clock a spellcaster in the head to knock them senseless, because those are the primary threats to his existence. It will then move off and hover outside of range or skip out of the way at its 40-foot movement rate to stay out of the way of any melee attackers. No problem. Now this thing added to that is, even if you do launch spells at the thing, it's resistant to spell magic and other magical effects. Also, you can put it in an environment where it's freezing cold, very, very hot, or poisonous, because it's immune to all of those things. It can be flying around in a chamber of chlorine gas, or, you know, a room that's on fire already, and hitting you with even more flame spells. It doesn't bother it a jot. It will most certainly use tapestries and anything like that. It's intelligent. It's got an intelligence of 16, so it's a very smart thing. It'd be able to use Mage Hand or just bite on top of a tapestry to drop it down on top of you and set that thing on fire. It will be able to read from spells or grip a wand or Mage Hand a wand, use it against you, anything at its disposal. It can even like blow powder out of its mouth to blind you if you're a tough nut to crack spellcaster that's possibly hurting it. Not only that, but twice in every one of its turns, it could either fire off a spell and move around, or it can hit you with 2 flame strikes. So this thing blasts a ray of fire out of its mouth or its eyes at you, which is +5 to hit, just like its spells, and it's got a range of 30 feet. One target takes either an auto 10 damage or 3d6. Either one is an ugly prospect. So yeah, its only disadvantage is because it is flaming with this green flame all the time, and of course it doesn't have to be green, it could be any colour you want. It could be I don't know, a flaming cat skull that makes noises as far as you like, is that it is bright, so it can't really hide from you. Its flames are going to give it away. So usually I'd have it concealed in a hole or a sack or something like that before it attacks you, or even a box, of course. Things jumping out of boxes are always fun. Now, make full use of the environment. Have this thing grip a chain in its teeth and then drop it on you to hamper you, or even nets or something like that, or just have it able to manipulate and use the environment. It's got Mage Hand, so it can pull levers, it can pick up minions, giant spiders, and drop them on top of you. Anything you like. Go nuts with it. It's a clever creature. It's designed to hurt you badly. Yeah, so yeah, these things in a large group encounter, very, very bad.